Yo, what up, baby? It's the feature presentation. All right. We are here today talking about some movie talk. I got my family in the building, man. Joey Franchise, Pretty Lou, and Quasi. What's good, fellas?
Here.
What's good?
Yo, so we got a few topics to talk about today. You know, we got to talk about the Batman, because especially Pretty Lou has a lot to say about that. We got to talk about Cobra Kai season 3, which was absolutely amazing. We got to talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League. We got to talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League. We got to talk about the new Wonder Woman movie, which I didn't get a chance to watch. I'm hoping you guys saw it. And there's a There's a sixth thing we need to talk about.
That might take up the whole show, bro.
Might have to leave that at the end.
And there's a sixth thing I want to talk about. It's only going to be a quickie, which is going to be Lethal Weapon 5, because they just announced that. So let's start with Cobra Kai season 3. Did y'all see it?
I did.
I haven't got a chance to watch it. A bunch of my homies been talking about it, and they speak highly about it, especially this third season. So I'm curious to see what y'all take is on it, because I'm definitely about to jump in.
I'm addicted to it. I never thought that I'll be addicted to freaking Danielson. I was never a fan, but I'm a fan.
You weren't a fan of the Karate Kid movies in the 80s?
I was, but
well, let's be clear. Not all of them were good, bro. Like 1 and 2 were probably the best two, and then after that,
good, but because I'm a geek, I like 3 also. But yeah, it was 1 and 2 that was the.
Damn, no love for Hilary Swank. That's crazy, bro.
The first one was straight trash. You don't even speak about
that was super trash.
Super trash.
Well, look, Joey hasn't seen it. Quasi, have you seen Cobra Kai season 3?
I saw season 3. I'm old school. I'm so into Cobra Kai. I saw the first 2 seasons when it was on YouTube, and then they moved it over.
I saw when it was on YouTube Premium, and then people
yeah.
And everybody thought it was new, and I'm like, you're 2 years late, bro. But
so I'm gonna throw in the one little objective thing. I like season 3, but I didn't love it as much as 2. But we could talk more on that later.
Hold on, let me say something real quick. Whoever's watching this video right now, spoilers, okay? Spoilers. Now, Lou, I'm gonna let you talk. Let me just say something. Quasi, you're wilding. Yo, Cobra Kai season 3 was amazing. The finale was amazing. The fact that Ralph Macchio, Daniel LaRusso, and Johnny Lawrence are standing together after all the rivalries that they had the past couple of seasons is amazing.
I'm not mad at that dynamic at all.
Let me finish. Kreese.
Go.
He took over the whole Cobra Kai, and is back in his original position of running Cobra Kai, and it feels so nostalgic and with a little bit of modern, because the kids are doing a great job. I'm invested into the kids' story as well. What were you gonna say, Lou?
What I was gonna say is that there's so much more action, especially with this is a kids over 18 comic book. You know what I'm saying?
The fighting scenes are amazing.
The fighting scenes, everything, like you're not gonna get that on a regular Channel 7 show. You know what I'm saying? Or a Nickelodeon thing. Like, this is something definitely. I love it. I even love it that what's homeboy got some buns on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's even dope.
Oh my God. All right, well, look, like I said, because I want Quasi's opinion, because his face looks like he just disagrees with us. But
like a little thing, like, yo, why they smash me down like that?
No, it's all good, man. But like I said, I didn't like 3 as much as I like 2, but I know where you guys are coming from, because you like the nostalgia of it. LaRusso back with Johnny, and they got to team up at the end to go against Kreese. I thought that was cool.
Not just that, they brought familiar characters from the original movies in this season. Like, they brought Allie, Elizabeth Shue. You know,
they brought Allie, they brought Chosen. I was with that.
Yeah,
they brought back a lot of guys, a lot of people. And you would think that Allie was gonna hook up. And that's the one thing I like about this. You never know where they're gonna take it. They haven't taken it there yet. Mm-hmm. They brought back Chosen, who was the villain in Karate Kid 2 in Okinawa.
Chosen. Which I liked. And the girlfriend from 2 as well.
And the girlfriend from 2. What was her name?
His girl.
Kumiko. I always say her name incorrect.
Kumiko. Oh God, I forget. That's what
whatever her name was.
Kumiko. There you go.
And they brought back the little girl who's now an adult,
that he saved.
That he saved in the typhoon in Karate Kid 2, and she actually helped his business in season 3. Joey, I'm sorry, we messed it up for Joey.
You're good, but like I've already like heard most of a bunch of homies spoiling. My girl watches it, so I'm already kind of caught up. Just haven't seen it with my own eyes. I just love the fact that Johnny's getting the shine in the whole series, and now that him and Danny are getting they're teaming up to do their thing. So yeah, I mean, just the stuff I've already heard from people was just like, it makes me want to go back and go watch it. So I'm definitely going to catch up.
Johnny's arc is dope. I like Daniels in this one. I'm going to just tell you guys really quick what I didn't like, and you guys can, yay or nay, whatever. I like those arcs. I like the storyline. And I really like Kreese's backstory that they added to this. His Vietnam backstory is in there also with flashbacks, and that's cool. I'll tell you what throws me out sometimes, and it's kind of been going on. You gotta go with the story. The choreography, you guys like it. I think it's a little, it's okay. Sometimes the kids look like they're really pulling stuff off, and sometimes it just looks way too comic booky for me. And it's just because some of the actors really aren't martial artists like that, so I get that. But it gets a little like, I'm not, like it takes me out when Dan, like for instance, Daniel's daughter has to fight what's-her-face, and they both look like they can't fight. Come on, son. But that aside, and if you're invested in the kids, and that's really my problem, because the kid's story is good, especially the kid who gets hurt from the first one. And I like his story, the way that comes around. But with some of it, I'm just like, I get taken out of the show sometimes. I think it's almost like, I got to check, but it feels like they use different stunt choreographers on this season than versus 2.
Maybe they just got to fire the stunt guys that are helping them and get better ones.
Well,
I think I think there's a difference, so I don't know.
Let's be clear. This was made as a TV show. Like, it's not like Zack Snyder did it in the fight scenes. Like, I think it's incredible for a TV show. Like, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
But there's TV shows where the choreography is dope, bro. It's like, you can't just discount it because of a TV show.
That's because Quasi does it for real. That's you know what I mean. Like he's real.
Yeah, well, that's true too. But I do get a little more critical on martial arts movies. That is true. That is true. But I've seen shows where they get down. And listen, I don't want to get like it's way too in the weeds with this. Overall, season 3 is dope. I liked it. I'm just saying I enjoyed maybe 1 and 2 a little bit.
You know what I learned about Quasi? Quasi really gets into the details. Like, he really watches every
as he should.
Like, oh shoot, Ali put the drink on this side, on that side. No, but I get it. But I don't know, maybe because my concentration is so much on the storyline, and I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're kids at the end of the day. I know they don't probably know karate like that, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just more focused on the story. And the story, whoever's writing the storyline is phenomenal. It's great.
Yo, real quick, I want to shout the writers out. I got to shout the writers out. Shout the writers out for Cobra Kai for all the seasons. It's amazing. And speaking of writing, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say, I love the way they connect it to the movies, and they even have scenes where they splice in the old movie parts and talking about. That's dope. I love that. And even the fact, if you go back to season 1, it starts off with the aftermath of when Daniel kicks Johnny in the face, and then he loses the tournament, and that's how it all starts off. And it always kind of comes back to that kick, and they're always talking, that was an illegal kick, and it wasn't. I love the tie-in. So it's almost like it's all canon. If you watch the movies now and then watch Cobra Kai, it should all kind of mesh, and it feels like that.
And I love the way they're writing this, like the ending of season 3. Joey, once again, spoiler. The ending of season 3. So Kreese, if you remember, Terry Silver from Karate Kid 3 said in Karate Kid 3 that he owes him because he saved his ass in the war. So that's what that whole thing at the end is, when he saved his ass in the war. He said, I owe you. And then that phone call at the end, he said, it's been a long time. They're going to bring Terry Silver back.
I think they are. And you get to see exactly what happened when they were in the war, which is cool. That's why I said I love the Kreese backstory. The Vietnam stuff was dope. I think that was a great idea, doing the flashbacks, because it fleshes out the character, like humanizes him. It makes him seem less, he's not just a dick for no reason. You see why when you see the Vietnam story, why he is the way he is.
Well, let's be clear, he is a dick, but I love
he's still a dick, but there's a reason for it. It's not just like he's just, I'm an asshole to be an asshole,
Yeah. I love the way I just love the whole entire Cobra Kai series, man. I love all the actresses. I love the girl Mary, who's playing Daniel's teenage daughter. I just love the whole cast, man.
I love her, but I hate the way she fights. She can't fight. Jesus Christ.
Guys, real quick. Quasi, just so you know, because people will get shit on this, Quasi is an actual martial arts martial artist. You're an actual martial artist. So he looks at fighting scenes differently than me and you. He's like, that's not possible.
I
mean, come on, some of it.
I can't wait.
And here's the thing, Ralph Macchio's not a fighter either, so I give him that. He's not gonna look as crisp and clean as some like stunt guys that they put in.
Leg. That I did see.
Was that?
Ralph couldn't even pick up his left leg.
Oh, dude, Ralph is hurting on the fight scenes, bro. You know that. but I buy it because he never was, even from the original Karate Kid. I'm good with that. I'm just saying the daughter kind of looks like, come on, man, your grandma can smack the daughter around. The daughter's not winning no fights in life. You know that. You know that.
Once again, Quasi is a martial artist. He did differently than us. I thought it was awesome. So look, let's move forward.
Yo, him being so critical on Cobra Kai, I'm curious to see how he's gonna be critical about Shang-Chi when that comes out.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, we can talk about that.
We'll talk about that in another episode. Lou, what were you about
Sus, real quick. I just want to say one thing. I have a feeling that the person he called is the dude with the ponytail.
We just said that.
We said that. Terry Silver.
It is Terry Silver because in Karate Kid 3, he said, I owe you from saving my ass in the war. That is Terry Silver. They're going to bring him for season 4.
More than likely, it's got to be. And that's going to be a great follow-up for and that'll be a tie into the third movie.
Amazing.
Which I'm like, wow.
Let's move forward. I want Quasi to take the lead on this one before everybody else. Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh, man.
Which they just said that they're bringing, I forgot the homie's name, who's replaying the Joker. That he's the one.
Oh, yeah, Jared Leto. Jared Leto's coming back.
I didn't like his Joker at all. I'm just keep it real.
I'm with you on that, but I think there's a small part that he's going to play in this movie. So basically, for everybody that's kind of been living in the closet, they're finally Warner Brothers is finally letting Zack Snyder do his whole vision of Justice League. What we got back in 2017 was the trash version that Whedon put out. It was kind of a splicing, a little bit of Snyder put in, and more of Whedon. And this one's Zack's complete story. So it's supposed to be like 4 hours long. They're going to break it up on HBO Max, probably like an hour each, so 4 different episodes. But the trailers, I don't know if you guys have seen the trailers, they look amazing to me. It's like you see stuff that that we didn't see in the theatrical. Darkseid is definitely in it. Steppenwolf looks better. You got more of like the, that carryover from the Batman v Superman storyline, the nightmare part with Batman and all that. So that's all coming into play. So it's going to feel like a more complete like trilogy, if you will, from Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and now Justice League.
Now there's something that I'm upset about. All right, since Quasi, he's the more detailed. I'm more of the, the bad guy. I don't like the fact that I heard they're now finally picking up the storyline of the statue of Robin's costume, and I'm happy about that they're doing that. But I'm not happy that the fact that they're saying the Robin that passes away, who dies, is Dick Grayson, which is not in the original storyline of a comic book. It's actually Jason Todd. I'm not happy about that. I'm not.
I really hope that's not true, man, because it's like, I was hoping them to touch upon like a Nightwing story down the road in the DCEU. Mm-hmm. But to add on, to what's going on, I mean, like Quasi said, like it looks good. I think Darkseid looks good from what I've seen in the trailer. I like the original Steppenwolf because the one back, we got a couple years ago was super trash. More of a dark tone too. I love that dark tone. I mean, listen, I understand like Sus likes his Superman bright and Christopher Reeve.
Oh no!
You know what I mean?
Hold on, don't say that. I'm one of the few people who thought Man of Steel was damn near perfect. Yeah, it had a couple of flaws.
Man of Steel was dope.
Man of Steel, the 2 flaws that I didn't like is that Clark's father died and didn't let him save him in that damn tornado, which is stupid. Superman would have been able to.
There's so many debates about that.
Yeah, that was
the
debatable.
The reason his father died of a heart attack is because Superman can't save you from a heart attack. Superman could have saved him from that, and nobody would have seen it. That's how fast he is. So that was stupid. And then on top of that, they kind of let him just fight Zod all over the city with buildings going all over the place. Like they had no sympathy for human life.
They had no regard for human life.
That could have been repaired in Batman v Superman. That could have been repaired in Batman v Superman, but they rushed it. And I wanted to talk to you guys about this. I'm sure people have talked about this over the past couple of years, but why do you think they had to rush it? Why couldn't they do the great Aquaman movie first, do the great Wonder Woman movie first, do a great Flash movie first, do Man of Steel 2 first, then build up to the Justice League? They brought Doomsday in, which me and Lou was excited at the time until we actually saw it. They brought Doomsday in so quick. Like Superman just got to the fucking Earth and just found out. They brought the illest villain out that quickly. Like, I don't know why they rushed it. And that, I think that was what led to the demise of Batman v Superman. That's what led to Zack Snyder being kicked off the project. That's what led to that whack-ass Justice League movie. And now the people, they're seeing Zack Snyder. People want Zack Snyder back.
Let me ask you this question, Quasi, because you probably know more. Zack Snyder, I think, is a phenomenal director. I see where he's trying to go, and I'm happy that he's doing this new Justice League. Finally, get it to the way it should be.
Yeah,
I just don't like how he changes little things here and there. Like what Sus said about his dad, like Superman's dad. Yeah, he could have run and saved his father and all that, but why change it? Why not stay with the same? You know what I'm saying? Like, perfect example. I'm gonna give you a perfect example off the topic. Joker movie. At the end, even though they changed it, but it was still the same feel when Bruce Wayne's parents got killed.
I got you. So, there's a lot of debates even online about this. And somebody wrote, and I think it was actually a good point, even though I'm with you, I like the Heart Attack better in the Donner film. So first of all, we got to remember that it's two different universes, two different movies. So when Donner did it back in 78, it was a lot more realistic. The dad dies of a heart attack. In this one, the symbolism is supposed to be, yeah, you can come and save me, but the dad said, like sometimes you got to make the sacrifices, and then also maybe the world's not ready yet. And he thought at that point in time, that's why he put his hand up like, yo, I know you can do it, but don't do it, because there's it's about you now, and you gotta do your thing later. But if you do this now, you're probably not ready for all the responsibility. Because remember, at that point when the dad died, it was still like a few years before he actually became Superman. Right. So he had to take the whole other kind of like journey to become a man. And he was on the oil tanker doing all this stuff and realizing his true purpose. So that was kind of the argument about that, which I kind of get. It's not as good as the heart attack, you're right. But I think that's the deeper meaning to that point.
Yeah, and they did it in like little spurts, because remember when he was a kid and he was when he saved the kids on the school bus, and how the mom was reacting when their kid was explaining what happened and what Clark did, and it's like and the father knew the world wasn't ready for people to understand who he is. So right. I get that, but like you guys said, I attest to the whole I get the heart attack one, but I also get this one at the same time in the same token.
Well, look, they got Zack Snyder back for Zack Snyder's Justice League, HBO Max. It's coming soon. Do you think that this universe, because now we have a couple of good movies on the universe. We have a good Aquaman. We have a good Wonder Woman. We're going to talk about the second Wonder Woman. I haven't seen that yet. Do you think this universe can be healed and repaired so where people can't just accept this whole universe? Because it's all over the place right now. We have good movies, horrible movies.
I think the true factor is probably going to be whether the Snyder cut that they're going to release is going to be good and they get the reaction that they want. I think if they get a really, if it does really well, then it might convince Warner to say, okay, we can start making this canon again. But I think if it doesn't do so well, they're just going to leave it as this isolated thing. Like, hey, we just gave him the money to do his project. It got the subscription numbers up for HBO Max, one and done. But if it leads to like big stream numbers and everything, where they're like it becomes the Cobra Kai of DC, then they're like, all right, let's explore this more. I think there's a possibility.
I think what's going to fix the DCU is Justice League.
Well, hold on. I
got the potential.
I keep hearing, I want to see Zack Snyder do Man of Steel 2. I want to see the Zack Snyder's Justice League. I want to see, but I'm hearing they got J.J. Abrams possibly doing. I don't know if that's been confirmed, but it's like the rumors in Hollywood that J.J. Abrams might be doing the next Man of Steel.
That's not confirmed yet, but yeah, there's a lot of names in the pile because they're still trying to come up with a good Superman script. That's the whole problem with DC. Is like they don't really have a solid plan. Like Marvel is basically they scaled out their whole story from like beginning to end almost. Where DC is kind of almost like their version is like throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. And that way we're seeing is not working as well.
Yeah, they started off.
I don't know where they go from Man of Steel 2, but hopefully they give some idea through this Snyder cut, which I honestly agree with Lou that, I think this is the, this is the make or break for the DCEU, in my opinion, because, we didn't get to see Zack's vision the first time around because his daughter had passed away. He stepped away from the movie. Joss Whedon stepped in, gave his little Avenger twist to it. And it's like, it's two different worlds you're dealing with.
They fucking Lestered Zack Snyder. They Lestered him. That was dude's name, right? That took over the Superman 2 movie.
Yeah, Richard Lester.
Richard Lester. Yep. They Lestered him. The fucking shit. You could tell two different directors did that shit.
Yeah.
It was bad that you get the mustache from the one from there was a bunch of things that terrible. Like I didn't even like the intro from the beginning. I didn't even like the intro with the little kids on his phone. Like, oh my God, it's Superman. Like I thought that was kind of cheesy. When they dug up the way Flash and Cyborg dug up Superman's body from the grave. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like as if there was like some rookies, paying their dues. You know what I mean? Like it was so weird. Like it was just from the gate that movie was kind of doomed. But yeah, this is a make or break for DCEU. I'm excited for it. I'm really hyped to see Zack's vision, and I hope it creates that I hope it creates the future for these characters. So I'm hoping that
I hope they keep Ben Affleck.
That too, and I hope that brings
hold on.
Ben Affleck's back.
I hope they keep the Ben Affleck Batman from Batman v Superman, not that sissy that they had in that damn Justice League movie. I don't know what Batman that was. Anyway, speaking of DCU, did anybody see the Wonder Woman 1984?
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I didn't get a chance to see it. Talk about it.
You go ahead, Quaz.
Hold on. Before y'all talk, I didn't see it yet, guys, but I heard it was bad. I heard it wasn't, well, not bad. I heard it just was nowhere as good as the first one. But talk to me.
It's not great. So yeah, I saw it, and listen, here's the thing though. It starts off really well because they start on spoilers. They start off on Themyscira, whatever, Paradise Island, and they've got a nice little flashback when she's a kid again doing this contest. So it's that whole vibe from like the first movie, and then they get into modern day where she's in '84. And she has this like mall kind of scene where she's in there kind of like some robber jewelry store, and she's chasing the robbers in the mall and stuff. And you could tell from the very beginning, it's just more kind of slapsticky, kind of like a comic booky kind of feel versus the first one. So that already feels a little disjointed. The style's a little bit, the colors are different. It's a lot more of a brighter movie. Yeah, I mean, and it's longer. So like, and you feel it, at least to me, there's not as much Wonder Woman action in it. And I don't know why. There's like literally this part that's in the second part of the movie where it drags
Can you please say it dragged?
Dragged. Like it dragged for like a good hour. I was like, where's Wonder Woman?
I went to the bathroom 3 times. It was still in the same scene.
Bro.
Well, look, if it's as bad as you guys are saying it is, I don't know. They've already announced that they're gonna have a Wonder Woman 3. So
they're doing 3.
And 3 is gonna be a modern. It's gonna be a present day take. I didn't hate the movie. It wasn't great, and it was an okay compliment to the first one. Not a lot of action at all. And I think what Patty Jenkins was really trying to do was create her own Superman from the 80s. You know what I mean? Like she was really trying to give an ode to that Superman.
Let me like the homage. From the news, once again, I didn't see it, but from the news, I kept seeing people compare it to Superman 2. Like they said, they basically explain.
There's a lot of similar themes because the whole thing is like Wonder Woman. You got to see the movie, but Wonder Woman kind of gets depowered because of a wish she makes, and then she loses her powers as a sacrifice. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of the same kind of arc, but it's not like instant like in Superman 2. But the thing you've seen the theme before, and then the main villain was my problem too. The Cheetah character. She starts out okay, but then at the end, that's when it kind of gets to that trash zone where it's like, yo, she looks terrible. That's why they got all these critiques of like, it's like Cats and Wonder Woman combined, because she literally looks like one of the characters from that, from the show Cats or the movie Cats. It's pretty laughable. And then the main villain, is what's his name from The Mandalorian?
Maxwell Lord, Pascal Siakam.
Pascal.
Pedro Pascal. I almost called him
Pedro Pascal. I'm sorry, I forget his name. And he's cool, but it's like they just make them a little too cheesy for me. If you're a fan of the comics, you kind of know, like in comic lore, Wonder Woman actually had to kill Max Lord to stop Superman from like he was on a rampage and being mind controlled by Max Lord. So like Wonder Woman lassos Max Lord and says, "Yo, like how do I stop you?" And he's like, "You got to kill me," and that's what she does. She like pops his neck and kills him, and then Superman is back in his right senses. So my point is they made Max Lord this kind of goofier character in the comics. And I get you don't want to just kill the dude like you did in Man of Steel, say, but they could have given him a little, it could have just felt a little more realistic and grounded like the first one was.
And they should have just chopped his neck there too.
Yeah, what I wish they would have did with Maxwell Lord is keep him, let the villain like be the villain. They try to create this whole, heartfelt moment at the end where he has with his son, because he realized how much, how greedy he was. And it's like, I feel like the movie was trying to send the message, but I don't know if it's because of the times that we're in or what, but I just think you just let him be the villain. Like, I thought he was a good villain up until the end.
All right, real quick, because we're going to move to the next topic, but I want to know how you guys feel that it was released on a streaming platform and that WB announced that they're going to release all their movies that way while it's in the theater at the same time. How do you guys even feel about that? Like, how did you feel not being able to see it in the theater with everybody the way we would normally are you pro all this streaming, seeing our big blockbuster superheroes on the streaming platforms first?
Well, let me answer this first, right? On my opinion, you can't blame nobody else but the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? The pandemic is, it's a new lifestyle now. And then actually the pandemic helped out the streaming, because now they can move forward with it. Me personally, I miss, I'm old school. I'd rather see it in the theaters. But this is something like CDs, cassettes that now they're gone. And now we have to stream music and all that stuff.
Well, no. I enjoy, sorry to interrupt. I enjoy streaming movies, just not certain blockbuster movies. But that's not even what I meant. What I meant is, from a business perspective, there's no way they could be financially getting their money back if they release all these movies streaming. And maybe I'm wrong, but there's no way.
I think so. I think probably the streaming will probably work better for them than a movie theater, if you want me to keep it honest.
And I think I think Wonder Woman 2 is probably it set a record for movies this year.
For streaming. Yeah, it did. It did.
I gotta look at the numbers.
Like the most streamed thing in like a few years, they were saying. So it's, to me, yeah, of course I want to see it on the big screen, a movie like Wonder Woman, all the blockbusters. But back to Lou's point, it's like right now it is what it is with the pandemic. As far as the streaming effect, I think that's kind of how like studios are it's the new world. That's how studios are gonna have to gauge, whether they move on with projects. I think that's what happened with how Wonder Woman 3 got greenlit so quickly. You can get instant results versus like box office, it may take a week. And you can tally everything. Right, now they're getting like this instant results where it's like, oh, streaming this is dope. People are like streaming the shit out of this. Yeah, we gotta capitalize.
You got people right now who are used to just, I'd rather watch at home. They're not like us growing up to movie theaters. You got the younger people now that are growing up, and now it's like, yo, I could watch a home theater at home.
And I feel Lou on that, because it felt good to just sit down and watch the movie Christmas Day. Just chilling on the couch, not having to step out to the theater. But I am old school, just like everybody else. Like I want to sit down, I want to order popcorn, I want to have that surround sound. That vibe in the theater is just it's you can't really compare it too much to just being at home, unless you got a decked out ass crib, you live in a mansion, you live in like Sus One over here. Like
crazy.
I miss the theater, but it felt good to kind of be with family and just sit there and watch it at the crib.
The Batman. I'm gonna let Lou start this one because I know he's we're all Batman fans, but Lou's on another level. He posts that he's the Batman all the time. Like literally he posts that he is the Batman. So the Batman is coming out. Now it's been pushed back to March 4th, 2022. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they want to release it in theaters instead of streaming platforms. So Lou, talk to me, because but let me set you up, because before that damn trailer came out, which is fucking amazing, you were saying, I cannot believe that they got this guy as the Batman. What's homie's name?
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. There you go.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson. You said I cannot believe that you said it's gonna be trash. Anything negative.
Dude from Twilight.
Anything that could have been said negative. Lou said
Dude
it.
from Twilight.
I'm setting you up, Lou. I'm setting you up for you to talk.
No.
Anything negative, Lou could have said it. But then when that trailer came out, and his whole tone was different. He was like, "Yo."
So what changed my mind about the Batman was that when I saw the trailer, if you guys know, I'm into the comics crazy. You know, Batman Year One. If y'all read Batman Year One, is exactly like the trailer. Not gonna lie. Am I right or wrong, Quasi? Because
no, you're right. The trailer's sick.
the trailer looks just like Batman Year One won a lot of awards. You know what I'm saying? Because it actually spoke about the first year of Bruce Wayne being Batman without having, it's true. He built his own costume. You know what I'm saying? Like he was still, it looked like that's what that movie's coming to. And I like how Robert is doing it now. Like I see it from the screen, even though, remember, they said those are just little things they done during the pandemic, but he does look good. I'm still not convinced yet, but he did look phenomenal in the trailer. But now there is a problem. I don't know if you guys know. It came out last week in an article. Robert Pattinson is having problems doing the movie.
He's not getting along. I'm hearing
with Matt Reeves. Yeah, I saw that.
I heard the whole cast isn't getting along with Matt Reeves, but go ahead.
Yeah, and he's thinking about quitting. So if that happens, then that's like
wow.
Come on, man. Why you?
Yo, let me say something. Let me say something real quick. Robert, please, from us and planet Earth, do not quit. I know sometimes the people you work with is difficult to work with, but you're not just doing this for yourself. Please, bro. I know you're getting a big check. The fans, the DCU fans, the Batman fans, especially after you guys, it would have been cool if you quit before we saw that trailer, but after we saw that trailer, please, for the fans, for the human race, do not quit. We need to see this. Now, you could argue about a part 2, whatever, but finish this damn movie, please. Don't let them luster this movie. Do not let them bring in another.
Yeah, at this point, I can't see him leave, bro. Like, I hope he doesn't consider that. And it'd be smart of him to not do that.
You gotta stick with it and do it because
he's not quitting.
After pounding dude's face in and saying "I am vengeance." I said, all right, he's Batman.
The trailer is so sick.
What I love about it, the Batman is also reminding me of the Dark Knight trilogy. It's also going back to the real roots of a real human being. You know what I'm saying? All right, DC, the DCEU, man, you guys can stay the way it is as a comic book thing because we love that too. But sometimes we need the realistic, just like the Joker. The Joker was just like super realistic, like real life. Like they could really be a real life Joker. You know what I'm saying? After that movie. Same thing with the Batman. Maybe that's how they're going as well. And that's why I like the trailer so much, because it looked like it's like a real thing. You know what I'm saying? And also I want to say is the costume is better than the Gotham costume, which sucked and wasted 5 years of my life watching wait for a cheesy ass costume with a cheesy ass dude.
I didn't like Batman's boots though.
But Lou, hold on.
I didn't like the boots.
Lou, Christopher Nolan's whole Dark Knight trilogy and all that was very realistic. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what it reminds me of. That's what the whole Christopher Nolan the Dark Knight trilogy. And just the way it is, how dark and because that's what
Batman is.
Batman is. You know what I'm saying? Keep forgetting that y'all want to keep bringing back the Adam West shit. Stop, leave it alone, man. Like
I'm a little bit nervous because it seems like they have every villain in this one movie. I don't understand how they're gonna execute this in one film. Like the Catwoman's in it, Penguin's in it, Riddler's in it. I don't know if Joker's in it, but I'm hearing there's rumors that the Joker's.
I don't think Joker's in this one, but Riddler, Penguin, and Catwoman.
But I like how they're going with it because they're going it with a realistic way.
Yeah, And this one, just to jump in, is supposed to be more of like a mystery, hence the reason why they got the Riddler involved in it. Just like you're saying, like year one, this was, and Batman's going to be doing more detective work, which is a thing that really hasn't been shown in a lot of the movies. So that's why it's more gritty. He's supposed to be working a lot with Commissioner Gordon. This is his first year. They're solving this kind of murder mystery or spree that the Riddler's kind of behind. So it really like looks like it's going to be fleshed out to be like a really, really good movie. So like even people that aren't into comic book movies will just like, it's kind of like The Dark Knight, where people like that movie even if you're a comic book fan or not, because the story's so good. I think this is going to be the same kind of thing because it's got that edge.
And what's also dope is that I don't know if you guys know that DC is calling these movies DC Dark.
Yeah, Dark
Yeah.
Dark
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
DC, the Joker is the first one.
What the fuck? Yeah. What the fuck was that Justice League movie? Dark mid. That shit was dark and bright.
That was just that's in another section. It's called DC Garbage.
Yeah, DC Trash. We might have to put Wonder Woman 84 in that DC Trash pile, though, dude.
We might as well, right?
Oh, now that they did with the CW movies, and we now understand that these whole, like from the TV shows to every DC movie that's ever been out, I mean, it's all connected. So now we saw that with the Flash, when Ezra Miller's Flash crossed over with the TV Flash, that the multiverses exist. So and they're gonna keep going with that thing where they go with that that arc where this thing can happen in its own universe. Ben Affleck can be this Batman in Justice League and wherever else. And, then Robert Pattinson can go be Batman over here. I mean, they don't necessarily have to cross paths, but they've already hinted at the whole multiverse thing within the DC world.
Yeah, and it's supposed to have that Flashpoint. Sorry to cut you off, but it's supposed to have that Flashpoint movie too, which is what this is all. And that's why they're saying they were going to bring back Michael Keaton's character to do like a cameo in the Flash. And Affleck could be part of that. So that's how they kind of link the worlds, but at the same time, like Lou's saying, they keep it separate. So I think that's a good idea.
That's a good transition to where I'm trying to go, because they're bringing, the old Batmans into that. Spider-Man 3. Now, I haven't been up to date with the Spider-Mans, but the latest news I've been all over. They're bringing all Tom, Tobey Maguire. They're bringing all the Spider-Mans in one. Now, explain to me what's going on if anybody knows, because I don't know what's going on.
So,
Joey,
so what's happening now? From what I've been, traveling the interweb searching for, I've been trying to find as much Spider-Man stuff as I can, because I think what the story is intriguing, and what I've been seeing, them, bringing back Alfred Molina to play the Doc Ock. You got Jamie Foxx from the Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield movies, playing Electro all over again. So it's really it's intriguing to see how all these guys are going to come to play a part. And I know Doctor Strange is going to be a huge part of this, and you already know Multiverse of Madness is going to come out next year. But what I think plays a huge part in what Spider-Man 3, like how that plays out, is WandaVision. So I think we're going to have to sit down and watch WandaVision, because what she's doing in that show is creating this different reality where chaos magic that we're going to probably first time. I think we got a taste of it when she was like trying to tear Thanos apart before he, told him rain fire on her. But yeah, from Spider-Man 3, I mean, we were supposed to get the trailer before New Year's, but I think Toby hasn't officially signed on, but it's already word that Toby's on deck. We got Andrew Garfield, you got Emma Stone coming back to play Gwen. Kristen Dunst is coming back to play Mary Jane. So this is going to be interesting. And I think, go ahead.
No, I was saying, I'm be honest. I haven't been excited about Spider-Man in a minute. This makes me a little excited. Yeah, I'm just not.
You didn't like Homecoming and Far From Home?
I'm more of a DC. Don't get me wrong. I like Marvel. I like Spider-Man, but
I'm like the last two Spider-Mans have been kind of dope to me. I don't know this.
It wasn't my personal favorites. I know I'm not the popular opinion. Like everybody seems to love him, but it wasn't my pop.
I keep it real. I love Spider-Man. I love the last two movies, but I just don't know how they're gonna do the other stuff. Like I'm already confused with DC.
Yeah, 3 seems like a lot, but I'm willing to write it out, because these last two Spider-Mans have been really good, and it's almost like everything they do on the MCU side, it's like they can't go wrong. It's like, damn, they're really just, they're rolling. So I'm willing to check it and see.
Yeah,
it seems like a lot though.
it does seem like a lot, but I think they're keeping it really close to the chest on how much they let out. It's obvious that they're going full blown like live action Spider-Verse. And I think it plays into the story where, because it's picking up right after that video leaks, Mysterio, putting out who Peter Parker is.
Peter Parker is, right.
Or who's Spider-Man's Peter Parker. So, and then you got, I feel like now that you got all these two other Spider-Man, like, are you sure that's Peter Parker? Like, there's three other of them. Like, so two other Spider-Man. So, but I'm also hearing Tom Hardy's gonna cross over in this movie too. He's gonna make a brief cameo.
Oh, see that
tie in.
The Venom, and that would make sense because there's another Venom movie coming out too. That's right. That's right. I mean, it would make sense because eventually they had to tie him in because Venom and Spider-Man not being in the same movie is crazy.
I know, and I hope we get like I hope we get a maximum carnage out of that.
And I hope he picks up on his damn costume again, man. They keep messing up.
What on
the Spidey?
Oh no, Venom.
Oh, Venom.
You didn't like the Venom movie?
I like this one.
I like the Venom movie. It's just maybe because
you know why he didn't have the spider on his chest, so
because that's the rights thing. Yeah, okay. Because they can't cross. Yeah. They can't cross streams yet because it's Sony. Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Man, Sony needs to stop.
Dude, it's money. Right. It all comes down to money and rights.
but I'm telling you here first. Like I promise you, this is my prediction. WandaVision comes out on Disney Plus on the 15th, in a week. No, she drops on the 15th on Disney Plus this month. So I think her reality thing, because Doctor Strange is going to be she's going to be in Doctor Strange's movie. Doctor Strange is going to be in Spider-Man. So I think that's going to play a part in how Spider-Man 3 plays out and how these characters kind of just bust out into their universe. Was it the 616?
Yeah. So, I'm with you. I'm really excited for what Marvel's got. Even with the whole Falcon movie that's coming up too.
That's good, yeah.
Winter Soldier and just
the Loki series looks good too, because Loki
Loki looks dope. I still want to see Black Widow. That was supposed to come out in movies. We missed that, and I want to see if they're just gonna put it on Disney Plus because that movie looked like it could be good too. So
in closing, one last film. This has nothing to do with the comic book world, but it's one of my favorite action franchises from the 80s and a little bit of the 90s. Lethal Weapon. They just announced Part 5. Richard Donner, who directed, Superman, the original Superman, Christopher Reeve, and so many endless movies, is 90
and all the Lethal Weapons.
Weapons.
He directed all the Lethal Weapons. Yeah.
Directing this, he's 90 years. I didn't realize he was so old.
Wow.
He's 90 years old.
Dude, yeah.
Danny Glover and Mel Gibson obviously are not the same actors. They're super old too. So I just want to know how you guys. Lethal Weapons is a phenomenal franchise, but do you think that they are too old for this shit? Like,
oh, absolutely, bro. Sorry. Not for a fifth. But they can't be the main guys in the fifth one, right? They got to bring some younger cops in.
I hope so. I hope it's a segue.
Come on. I mean, talk about really too old for this shit. Come on. In 4, they were already stretching it. Let's be clear. In 4, if you remember, which was back in 98, so we're talking 20 plus years ago, Mel Gibson was already feeling it, and they already did the storyline. He had the kid at the end. You're getting too old for this shit. And you remember, like, Danny Glover was making fun of him. They were in the locker room after he lost the fight to the younger kid when they were just sparring. He's like, "Oh, you finally got to admit you're getting too old for that shit." And that was 20 plus years ago. So how are they going to explain it now that they're all old and gray on this one?
I personally don't want to see a Lethal.
They got to be passing off to younger guys.
I personally don't want to see Lethal Weapon without those guys, but I also don't want them. I don't want to see them fuck up the franchise doing something when they shouldn't be doing it. Like, but let's see, man. I don't know. I don't know if they can make
There's no way they're gonna, like, Richard Donner's back, so he won't fuck up the franchise. It's his baby. He's from beginning to end. He's done all 4 of those. The chemistry between Mel and Danny Glover is so good. I think they're gonna be part of it. I just hope they pass it on back to Joey's point to some newer cops. They got to, man. These guys are too old.
Now who would you get to like carry the torch? Who would be the next 2 like duo?
Today's Lethal Weapon is Bad Boys with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. They don't need
and they were almost too old for the last Bad Boys movie, dog. Come on. Martin Lawrence was up there looking like he ate Martin Lawrence, dog.
Yeah,
Come on.
He wasn't too old. He was not in shape.
Yeah. Bro, you know what it is? This is what I'll tell you. They just need to leave stuff alone. For real. Just leave it alone, man. Let it go out to the freaking sunset and let it chill. That's it. Just don't touch it no more, man. Like I'm getting ready to see the new Beverly Hills Cop Part 14. Like, come on, man. Like,
Right.
They
Coming
announced
to
it.
America too.
Yeah, coming to America. Yeah.
I mean, listen, dude, as long as there's money to be made, I'm sorry to tell you, Lou, they're never gonna leave stuff alone. It's like there's too much money to be made.
By the time you know there's gonna be another Voltron movie, and come on, man, just
I'm with you. Know, I feel you on the old school tip, but as long as these studios can make some money off of it, it's not. And listen, there's potential because if Richard Donner's coming back to do a fifth one, he must be saying that there's something that he saw screenwriting wise or some script that he saw. Okay, there's a story here that I can really flesh out and make a good movie.
But how is he doing it? In a wheelchair or in a regular chair?
I mean, listen, at this point, yeah, that's true. He's old as dirt, but so are the actors. But most movies now, you just have a collaboration of directors that it's not just one director anymore. You got a main director, you have all these other people helping you. So it's possible. It's just going to be the story. It's all about the story. If they can make a good story.
I respect Richard Donner. You know, I don't think I would be doing that at that age, but I respect that he still wants to work this hard at 90.
I mean, dude, look at Clint Eastwood. He's old as dirt. He's still directing movies, and he's still directing good movies.
Yeah, and he's kicking ass in those movies.
Yeah, the dude, he's 90-something too. So it can be done. Yeah. And he's still acting in his movies. Like Clint Eastwood, what was the one where he was the trafficker? He was driving the ship for the drug cartel. The last one that came out.
That wasn't Gran Torino, was it?
No.
Oh, no, it was the other one. Okay.
Yeah, when it just came out like a couple years ago. He was like, became the mule.
The
mule.
You guys get this, man. I need some of that. I can't even get out of bed sometimes.
Right? I'm telling you, this old dude, hey, if you still got it, use it. You know, use it or lose it, right?
All right, look, guys, it was good to see you. We're going to be doing this every week, movie talk or TV show talk. These are my guys here. We're like geeks with swag. You know what I'm saying? We covered a lot today. You know what I'm saying? We got to figure out what we're going to cover next week. I'm looking forward to the Batman movie.
There's a lot.
I'm looking forward to Cobra Kai season 4. I heard that they're scheduled to start filming.
That's gonna be cool.
We're all looking forward.
You got to watch Wonder Woman 84, bro. So next week you can jump in on your
everybody.
opinion.
I lost my interest because everybody told me it was garbage, but I'll watch it. I'm looking forward.
At least watch it.
You gotta watch it once.
You at least got to see it so you can be part of the convo.
I'm looking forward to Zack Snyder's Justice League, and there's a bunch of other things we need to talk about, but we'll save that for the next episode, man. Everybody's Instagrams is up here, and this is the feature presentation. You know what I'm saying? Visit the website, thefeaturepresentation.com, and we'll be back next week. All right?